You can't call yourself a queen without a king. It just doesn't make sense.
Every night I hit it right. I'ma bring it home to me.
Welcome to the Truth and Lies podcast. And I'm your host, He Got Sauce. And these are the late night episodes, where we let all our demons out. I like to call it demon time. Now, we got a few topics that we're going to be discussing. But before I get into that, like, share, subscribe. Share this with a friend. Share this with a friend's friends. And pretty much just the channel where we talk about relationships. Why men simp. Why women like to abuse men nowadays. But hey, this is the channel where we spread the truth and disinfect the lies. Now, the first topic we're going to be talking about is for the ladies. Ladies. Are you a high value woman? And why? Yes. Are you a high value woman and why? Because nowadays, ladies, they consider themselves high value. But to me, the only way you can be a high value woman unless you're with a high value man. Now, some people will consider Oprah a high value woman. Just because she have the money as a high value man doesn't mean she's a high value woman. And the reason why is because she haven't been crowned a queen. You see, it's funny how women go around calling each other queens, but in order to be your queen, you need a king. But I'm going in too hard. I'm gonna chill for a second because I know we just started and I'm getting spicy already, but that's just the truth. I'm gonna need a drink for this one. Ladies, you can't call yourself a queen without a king. It just doesn't make sense. Now, in order to be considered a high value woman, yes, you will need a king, and yes, you will have to qualify. Now, you can be feminine, you can be submissive, you can be friendly, you can be fit, you can be family orientated. Those are the signs of a high value woman. Those are the signs that she's a keeper. Because either you're going to keep her for the streets or you're going to kick her off to the curb. Now, a lot of ladies are not going to want to hear this message, but this message is to enlighten you. This message is to inform you to do better. Because when you do better, you get better results. And if you knew better, you would do better. But women don't know better, so they don't do better. But, it's whatever. Yo, we getting spicy. But all jokes aside, in order to be a high value woman, you need to be with a high value man. Because in order to be a queen, you need a king. And that's just facts. Now, what do high value men want in a woman? Ladies, what do a high value man want in a lady? Now, a lot of women will probably don't know this answer, but I just mentioned it. Fit, friendly, submissive, family orientated, and she loving and caring, nurturing. If you can be that, you can get any guy you want. The question is the guy gonna want you? The question is, when you catch him cheating, are you going to stay around? Because we all know dogs are going to be dogs. Men are going to be men. That's just common sense. The thing is, once you know the person and what type of person you're dealing with, then you know how to move. Then you know how to pivot. Then you know how to deal with certain people and put them in their place. And, that's just how it is in life. Realize when you go to work, you can't talk to your boss any way you want. Because obviously, everyone got their own position. Everyone got their roles they play. So you can't talk to your boss any kind of way. Same goes in a relationship, in the dating life. You can't really go out here demanding things without speaking into an existence. But in order to do that, you're gonna have to put in the work. Because what's work without putting in work? Like, for real, why would you call it work if you don't gotta put in work? Ladies, in order to get the man you want, you gotta put in work. Now, things don't fall in your lap, you know. You heard the saying, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Well, in this situation, ladies, you guys are poodles and we're pit bulls. You guys are dogs too as well, and we can't teach y'all new tricks. That's just what it is. Well, most guys will probably fall in your lap, but the guys that fall in your lap, you don't want to be with. Most guys that come to you and that's easy to obtain, you don't want to be with. So obviously the things that you want, you're going to have to work for. Ladies, yes, I said it. If you want the guy that you want, if you want a guy that, you know, got some motion, you're going to have to put in work. You're going to have to compete. The thing is, women don't like to compete. In order to be a high value woman, you must compete, because high value men have options, and yes, they will exercise them. City boys, we up. I got the city behind me on this one. When men have options, we will exercise them. But in order to get options, we have to put in work. In order to get the man of your dreams, you got to put in work, ladies. Am I getting somewhere with this? Ladies, don't shoot the messenger. Just take the message and run with it. That's all we doing. Because the more logical you is, the more things you'll get in life. Because when you're emotional, you never get what you want. Things never go your way. And it don't make the situation any better. Men don't like headaches. Men like head. I'll say that again. Women, men don't like headaches, but men love head. So I say that to say this. The more head you give them and the less headaches you give them, then you'll keep the man. The more head you give your man and the less headaches you give him, the more you'll be with him. He's not going nowhere. You can obtain a high value man and retain him. Guys obtain women and women have to retain the men. Because once I fucked, I already got you. Your job is to keep me around once I fuck, once I get my nut. Ladies, take notes. I don't know what type of game y'all playing out here, but the only guys that's gonna play them games are guys that's beneath you. Because we all know women date up. And men, you gotta start playing them games. You gotta increase your value. You dig? You gotta increase your value. And the only way to increase your values, fellas, you have to put in the work. You gotta go to the gym. You gotta find a way to make extra income. Look for a side hustle. Fix credit. Do online marketing. Do Uber. Do DoorDash. Whatever. Find ways to make money. That's the only way till you're gonna make your problems go away. Because money don't solve problems. It's a good insurance to help problems go away. But also more money, more problems. More women, more problems. In order to manage all that, you got to be in the best version of yourself. Like, am I getting somewhere with this? Am I speaking to you? If I am, you know, you got to put into action. In order to have motion in the ocean, you need to put in the work. Motion in the ocean. I know y'all like that one. But yeah, for real though, like, in order to have some motion in the ocean, you got to put in the work. A lot of fellas, they trying to get rich scheme. That shit. It ain't 2021 again. You know, ain't no PPP, no EDD. Them days over with. You're gonna have to find the ways to put in the work. You're gonna have to find ways to put in more hours at the job that you got going on. I mean, I don't live your life. I'm just trying to, you know, steer you in the right direction. I'm trying to give y'all some positive advice. Fellas, you got to put in the work in order to be a high value man. And women, in order to be a high value woman, you got to be with a high value man. That's just facts. Oh, Lord. Ladies, is having a high body count bad for women? Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know. Is having a high body count bad for women? I'm sure ladies will say no because we have to gain experience in order to know a fuck nigga and a guy that's gonna take you serious. But you don't have to sleep with him. So while you're getting your experience, running your body count up, you not realizing that you're for the streets. Cause name one thing that increases in value by getting used over and over again. And I can't think of nothing. So in order to get a high value man, you have to reserve yourself. Less is more. The less men you deal with, the more you'll have in life. The less men you deal with, the more of a chance you get of getting the guy that you want to be with, to getting the guy that want to take you serious, to getting the guy that want to, put you on the next level. But for some reason, women don't understand that. They feel like, I can just walk up in here and just get any guy I want. And that's not the case. Yeah, that was the case when you were the finest in the room. But now you're out in the real world. You're going to have to compete like we all do. You got to compete for that job just the same way how you'll compete for that man. That's just facts. For some reason, they don't want to work for a man, but they rather work for a job. Are you loyal to a bag before you're loyal to a man? Because that's just crazy. You can't be materialistic your whole life. You got to learn how to value people besides just money. And that goes for men and women. But especially women, because men have enough logical sense to put their family before anything. But women, they can't do that. They're on this feminist wave they're putting money before anything. They put their self before anything. And when you do that, you're gonna end up being lonely, single, and depressed. What Kevin Samuels used to say? Oh yeah, buy a dog and die alone. But don't complain with the results when you got them, because that's what's leading up to that. You're gonna be lonely, you're gonna be depressed on medication. We all know women are emotional. They gotta be emotionally stimulated for some reason. That's why they like bad boys. They keep them going. But we all know women love to be toxic, Oh Lord, women are toxic nowadays. There's more toxic women out here than men because women are easily influenced. Easy influence with social media. And it's crazy because nowadays guys are leaving the US just to find a woman. Just to find a high value woman. And like I mentioned, in order to be a high value woman, you got to be with a high value man. Because there's no queen without a king. I know a lot of women would disagree with me on this topic, but hey, are you a high value woman? Now, I like to play around a lot, but I'm being serious tonight, because the more value you show in a man, the more he will show value back. That's just what it is. It's just because for some reason, women dictate their decision off their horrible decision makings that they had in the past. For an example, if you were dating a guy and I guess he mistreated you, he didn't do his job, he wasn't a real man, you take that experience and you take it on to the next relationship. Now that's moving in bad faith. You can't be moving in bad faith like that, because you barely got a chance to meet the new guy and you counting them out. Women love doing it. They love counting you out. Just because you were with the last dude you were with was a fuck nigga don't mean the new one's gonna be a fuck nigga. Like, come on now. Once I sense that energy, I'm on to the next, because that shows me you're emotionally damaged.
100 times easier to explain things.
And I don't think they realize that. That's why the less experience you have, the better mindset you will have going into their next relationship. That's another reason why men love younger women. Men love younger women because they experience less. They haven't ran into fuck niggas. They haven't ran into guys that's gonna beat on them or cheat on them. So the odds of them being in a happy relationship is very high. You're the saying you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Well, in this situation, ladies, you guys are poodles and we're pit bulls. You guys are dogs too as well, and we can't teach y'all new tricks. That's just what it is. Unfortunately, you're stuck in your ways. You've been through so many experiences in life where you feel like, okay, where the guy that's sexy, the more experience the guy have, that's attractive because he shows that he's capable and he have experience, so he can deal with certain things when it comes to life, finances, relationships. But with women, yeah, you dealt experience, you got good experience in your job field, but when it comes to relationship, you take a L. And the reason why you take a L is just because the more guys you deal with, the more guys. It's like, think about it. If I knew you done deal with 2-3 guys, come on, the homies talk. So if you've been with the next homie, 9 times out of 10, the next homie is gonna know, because niggas talk. Same way how women talk. Especially if you got some firebox, niggas gonna talk. You feel me? So the more experience you get, the more you just get passed around. And you know what they say, what goes around comes back around. But yeah, I'm just sharing my experience. I'm just sharing what I see in life, and that is the truth. Truth and Lies podcast. If you're looking for more valuable content like this, where, I release the demons and I express what's on my mind in the dating world, on the internet, you name it. But we just getting comfortable. If you're looking for more content like this, where I let all the demons out, like, share, subscribe. Truth and Lies podcast.